What's up, people? It's me again. Sorry about the little bit of noise. A lot of wind or breeze here on this hot Florida day. I'm sitting here staring at this wood chip pile that I've dug into and started to install my Back to Eden plot. I don't have a whole bunch of wood chips or a yard that I can just cover the whole yard with and make a food forest, but I figured I'd share my little plot with you just to gain some possible advice and maybe inspire a few of you. So, I had a straw bale garden here, and it was over there where those patches of dirt are now. I scooped everything after it had decomposed and pretty much was dead. A lot of things died off from this Florida sun in the summer, and of course, I didn't have a whole lot of shade to protect things, so everything went to seed or got infested with bugs and whatnot. But I basically reworked my straw bale gardens into these 3 hoops here. It's just some cattle fencing lined with cardboard underneath and cardboard all around to keep everything intact. I planted in this one some tomato seedlings, and they seem to be hanging in there pretty well. In the next one, nothing has come up yet, but I planted a whole bunch of different peppers and some squash and watermelon, so I can vine that out of there. And in this last one, I'm experimenting. I haven't seen anybody grow corn in Florida. I probably haven't looked as well, but already getting a sprout in there, so that is pretty awesome. There's a couple of sprouts, but stuff's coming up quick. Anyway, so with that wood chip pile over there, I figured, the weeds are just going to come up around this thing. I've had to weed whack and trim this grass that does want to grow in this sandy yard of ours. So what I did is I went and collected a whole bunch of cardboard and put multiple layers of that underneath there and lined the whole thing, and was very careful to cover as much of that area as I can. Got about a foot, maybe 18 inches coming off of the edges here. And basically I'm just going to create a little landscaping border using this manure compost that I got at the store for a couple dollars a bag. And I wound this soaker hose, spiraled it through each of these raised beds, and then plopped it out of there and went all the way around in a circle. All the way around, pretty much in the middle of that little area there. And then once I went around once, I went through the middle and wound it back around this way. So that's 2 sections of 50-foot soaker hose. They're about $10 each at most gardening supplies. And now I've got this wood chips that have been composting for probably a few months now. So I've got some good humus dirt in here, but it's still kind of woody. And I'm just going to put that right on top. I've got a few remaining straw bales and a few dry ones out in front of your yard that I'm going to also put on there for my top layer. Let that simmer for a while, let it water and get settled, and then start planting, I don't know, maybe some strawberries, maybe some squash, things that vine and do pretty well on the ground. I'll do a little research on that, but mostly I just wanted to create a weed-free layer around my raised beds for easier access. I might have to tip-toe once I get some plants growing in here. Zucchini squash is probably one of the things I'd like to grow too, because it didn't do too well in the actual straw bale garden. But anyway, you get the gist. So I got to get back to work and continue in this hot Florida sun, carefully putting these wood chips on top of all of this, and I think I've got enough with this pile here to cover up everything pretty well. So there's my second update to the Back to Eden garden / raised bed, reworked straw bale garden, however you want to call it, and I hope to have some great success. I'll probably get another few straw bales and come along the fence here where this last row was. It seemed to do real well, and maybe plant some more tomatoes and things like that grow pretty quickly and pain-free without a lot of maintenance. but I will have to dig up the end of this soaker hose or get a splitter and split it on the faucet end. So anyway, that's that. I hope you guys enjoy these videos. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jeremy's World, and I'll send another update soon when we get some more things sprouting. Peace.